Hello, everyone, and welcome to Speaker Co-working. I am Angela Lewis. I am Head of Customer Success, new Head of Customer Success. I'm very excited to, thanks, Kevin. Today is Tuesday, May 20th. Today, we're going to have a really great conversation about something we've been talking about for a while, but you have to stick around to hear that. But today, the goal is to help you all get closer to using the new platform. And I'll tell you what we're talking about in a minute. But first, as always, we want to hear about wins and then welcome any new people who are on the call to learn more about you and welcome you to our community. So let's chat. Let's hear about wins. What's new? Any wins from the past few days?
I have a win.
Okay.
Last week I was in Chicago, did my speaking event, the three of them there, and I just got an email from the superintendent of the school district sending me a letter of recommendation. Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. I've been reaching out to superintendents in California, Oregon, Washington, Colorado, New Mexico, just letting them know that my message is really resonating and I would like to come out and speak to their schools. And this letter of recommendation that I got from the superintendent out there in Chicago is definitely going to help with that. So excited, excited.
Congratulations. Yeah, that's a big deal,
Yeah, thanks.
especially when they can hear from other superintendents about the work that you've done and the impact that you've made.
Yes,
Are you going
indeed.
to send it as, are you going to attach it to like an email that you send? How do you plan to use that letter recommendation? Are you
Well,
putting
I
it?
sent out these introductions already.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna put it in a follow-up to these superintendents probably next week. Just just as a follow-up. Well, I understand everything is one in follow-ups.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna follow up with that. Hey, just wanted to follow up with that last email. Here's a word of kindness from a superintendent that he said you can reach out to him and speak to him directly. So yeah, so I'm excited about that.
Wonderful.
Well, you come
Wonderful.
to the Denver area, holla at a brother. Me and my wife will give you a home cooked meal.
Yeah, I love that, man. I might want to take up hit the bag with you too a little bit, Mr. Boxer.
That'll work. That'll work.
Yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Definitely looking forward to those Speaker Hub meetups. Hello, Valencia, Michelle, Catherine, Jasmine. We're talking about wins. We're sharing wins.
Well, for me, I've been going on a few more podcasts. And yesterday I had a call with, have you guys heard of NAMI?
No, give us context. What's the
So,
context of NAMI?
all right, so the contact on NAMI, it's a National Association of Mental Health, basically.
Okay.
And what they do is they provide free programming to schools, communities, wherever people need their services. And I picked to them a few days ago. They got back to me and they want me to come out to New York.
Okay.
And it'll be a fantastic time. That should be happening in July. Now, the great thing about this is not only would it allow me to get some time to travel, and because of how big and well known their name is among schools and other organizations, if they say, "Oh, you spoke for NAMI," and
Hmm.
now you got the footage of it, and they view that and they're like, "We want you too. If they want you, we want you."
Yes. Very exciting. Congrats. Congrats. Keep pitching. Keep pitching. It definitely works. Anyone else? Any more wins?
Yes, I had two past podcasts actually Thursday, Friday,
Okay.
and this was podcast that I had followed up on. They referred me to, so they wanted to refer me to a different department, and I did not get which department they were following me up, but they followed up with me on Wednesday and said, "I know you pitched so and so and so. Let's talk, and let's get you on." So that's what, and that's probably the seventh time it happened to me where they want an interview and they asked me if it's okay to just go ahead and record.
That's awesome. Awesome. Congrats,
So
Jeff.
it's just one of those things that I'm always prepared. when I
Yeah.
go on for just the 15 minutes. I'm saying, you know, I'm prepared for 15 minutes, but I'm prepared that if they ask me, because when you do your framework, which is what Ron preaches and you preach, and it got embedded into me quite early, when you have, just like when Ron is here, Ron is able to just switch to the framework automatically or switch to the wheel
Speaker flywheel.
automatically. So when I speak on the burnout framework, they can ask me that in the middle of my sleep and I can name all 8 slices.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad I like tightened that up so that it becomes a real teaching tool that, you know, so that's kind of nice. I just said, no, not a prompt. She said, you sure do you want them? I said, no,
Let's do
the
it.
framework doesn't change right now. The framework is a framework.
Exactly. It's game time. Like
Yeah.
whenever they're ready,
Yeah.
you're ready to
I'm
hop.
ready.
We have a few hands up. Kevin?
Yes. First, I want to say I love the way Jasmine says "so and so." Reminds me of my mom. Because that's an old folk term, but not saying you're old.
I hope that's just a term. I'm an old
But
soul.
but I like hearing that. Anyway, yeah, there's 2 podcasts that had me fill out applications. So I don't know if we want to count that as a win because they haven't booked me yet, but I'm pretty positive they're going to because you know I look good on paper.
Exactly. Kevin, I'm glad you said that. That's part of the process. I think sometimes when we start pitching, we expect them to read our bio and say, yes, I want you on. But no, for a lot of podcasts, they have you fill out the form. And the quicker you can do that, the quicker you can move forward in the process. So yeah, it's always a win. You got a response, you took the next step. You can always follow up and let them know that you took the next step. And yeah,
I'm gonna tell them I know so and so.
that'll work for you for sure. Lawrence, what else do you have for us?
Yeah,
Let's see.
so I wanted to chime in on how Kevin just mentioned the mindset of looking good on paper. Something I found works really well for me is whenever I get a response and they say that they're open to a Zoom call or they're open to a phone call, I tell myself they're going to book me.
100%.
And more often than not, they do, because even if they don't see your body language, people can kind of feel the way you come into that call. And based on how you come into that call, they start to realize, I want this person already. Maybe that's a little delusional, but it works.
Well, I think to win, you have to be a little delusional. It's part of the game. Like you have to actually believe that you're going to get whatever you're seeking. Whether it happens or not is determined by a few other factors, but you actually have to believe that it's going to happen. No, thank you for that.
Yes.
Valencia.
I used to
Oh, did you have something?
yeah, I was gonna chime in a little last part there. The strength of believing that it's possible is so incredibly important, because I used to work in New Jersey selling solar panels, and I had to knock on people's houses, and it was hot and it was raining. People don't want to get off their couch.
Yep.
But I know if you open that door and I can get you to listen to me for 30 seconds, you're getting these panels. And if
Lawrence,
you don't get them, your neighbor's going to get them.
Lawrence, I'm so glad that you mentioned that. You've been selling. So you've done door-to-door sales. Kudos to you for having the courage to go to people's door and try to sell them something. That's why pitching is nothing for you, because
Yeah.
you've already been in the trenches and know what it feels like to sell. Yeah, you're gonna win. Absolutely. You'll keep winning. Valencia, where are you on the earth? I think you're still in Rwanda. Share with
Still
us
in
your wins.
Rwanda. Yes. Hello, everyone. So I went on a podcast yesterday. I have one again today. And I also sent a proposal from someone that set up a call with me from that speaking engagement that I did. And so I ended up sending them a proposal, 5-figure proposal that I sent out to them. So
Congrats on sending that 5-figure proposal. We are rooting for you as always. That is wonderful. And then that proposal can be used for someone else. So it's like once you start getting these things together and sending them, it becomes even more real. Yvette has something in the chat. She says, I'm in I'm in a meeting to collab with several US and international airlines this week that went to her keynote and other sessions last week and gave a 5-star rating in the SpeakerHub QR code. Congrats, Yvette. That's amazing. Yesterday, Yvette shared about the keynote that she gave and how wonderful it was received and how many leads she got from it. So that one turned into multiple. All right. Any other wins? Willie, welcome. It's good to see you again. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back with you all. How did your family fare through the storms?
Oh, they are well. Thank you for asking. For those who don't know, the St. Louis city area had some tornadoes last week. I was actually in St. Louis over the weekend when it happened, but thankfully my family and I were all okay. Our hearts going out to all of them, everyone in that area.
Right.
Okay, so for those who are new, Catherine, I'm not sure if you've been here before. Catherine, if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Severino, if you'd like to share who you are and what you speak about. Or Priscilla, I know you hopped in last week, but I don't know if you said what your speaking topics and where you're calling in from.
Hi there. Sorry about that. I have my mic off. Okay, so I'm calling in from California. I am a business developer. I work with investors. I am an investor. I primarily like to target startups, entrepreneurs who are starting a business because I like to watch growth. So all of my speaking topics are focused on business development and leadership. I have been doing this for years. This is the second business I have owned and I've developed, and both are very profitable. So I'm looking to do speaking engagements because here in Silicon Valley, where I live, there are a lot of entrepreneurs that they need help. They need help. And I'm always invited to events, but there's just not enough hours in a day at these events to target each one personally. So I feel like if I can put the word out there through a speaking event, I could actually help more people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing. It's a very incredible area of growth out in Silicon Valley.
It's fast. It's real fast.
Very, very. So any questions before we hop into this today?
If I could, I wanted to share something.
Sure, absolutely.
I know Ron's yesterday was talking about websites and went to go to my website and found out, thank God, I found out there was some issues on GoDaddy to fix it. But I wanted to share this because this is how you don't want to create your website. What I have currently on my website. I'm in a process of last 2 weeks totally revamping it. And as you see, like what Ron was saying, this website has not generated any income for me, any significant income for me. And I know why based on what Ron was talking about yesterday. There's no call to action. It's just really just all about just look at me. It's not in compelling anybody to buy anything, purchase anything, do anything. It's just a glamorified twist on a Facebook page, it seems like, or something. And it's so important, folks, what I've been realizing with my websites and all of the stuff that I've been learning. Can you guys see that?
We
See
can.
this?
Yep, you're
Yeah,
sharing.
that I'm changing it now based on the story brand framework. If you guys haven't checked that out, that's a lot of what Ron was talking about yesterday, as far as positioning yourself not as the hero, but as a guide, someone who wants to help their clients out of their challenges. So your website should be more about how you can help clients, not I am the greatest thing on earth. I am did TEDx talks. I am it should not be about you. It should be more about how can you really help your client. So my new website, which once it's done here, I'm gonna show you that one so you can see the contrast, is not gonna be a whole bunch of pictures of me. It's going to be all about what I can do and what the services that I'm offering versus just, trying to pump myself up because people don't want to buy. According to Don Miller, Story Brand Framework book, people are looking for guides. They're the hero in their own movie. And they're looking for an Obi-Wan Kenobi. They're looking for that person that will help them win at the end of the day. They're not looking to hire another hero in their movie. They're the hero in their movie. So all of your words, all of your phrases, all of your keynotes, all of your talks should be more as a guide to help someone, not how
Yep,
awesome you are. So I just
absolutely.
wanted to
John,
really stress that because that was a big, big aha moment for me.
John, I think you bring up a really good point that we're all growing. Everyone is growing, and it's okay to be wherever you are to learn something new and to make a change. And
Mhm.
so that is how we continue to get better. There is something that we have coming up. As you all know, we are creating the platform, Gustavo is here, where you all will be able to upload your courses to the SpeakerHub platform, and people will be able to buy your courses directly through the platform. Priscilla, we talk a lot about not just getting paid to speak, but speak to get paid. And so having products and services that you can sell that will allow you to grow the business of your intellectual property. So today I want to take a deep dive into creating courses. Some people have asked, well, how are we supposed to record? Where do we put them? What platforms do we use? All of that. So today I'm going to show you the courses that I've created internally and then the process that I use. But first, I want to see a show of hands, or can anyone um, let us know if you have courses already? If you have courses, raise your hand. A few people have courses. Okay, great. So let's hear from you all first, kind of your process, and then I'm happy to share what we've done internally. This is for everyone here and those who are listening who are going to want to use our platform for your courses. So Priscilla, do you want to start?
So working with entrepreneurs, once again, a lot of engineers, they're not very good at speaking. So I offer my coaching services to help them come out of their shell. I do have certification in life coaching, which I integrate that as a part of my business coaching because these are people, no matter how brilliant they are. I offer different courses to help them dealing with a lot of boy, I lost track of the word, but a lot of shy people, I'll just say shy people, these courses help them step into who they really are. And it's not asking them to be something they're not, it's helping them to bring out the side of them that they kept hidden for whatever reason. So I offer different courses and it's 6 weeks. And a lot of times that's a part of my package deal when I charge my clients. You don't just get me and what I can do for you. You have to take the courses so you understand why I'm doing what I'm doing for you.
Priscilla, I think that's such a great niche. Engineers and helping them be more expressive and share their thoughts. Are your courses, are these pre-recorded courses that they take on demand, or is it you administering the course in a cohort format with a certain group of people? Real
I
time.
do it one-on-one. They schedule it. It's on my website. And the reason why I do it one-on-one is because everybody has a different personality. Even if they're all introverted, they all have a different type of personality. I want to be able to connect with people on their level and bring them up and not try to fit them into a group on a group's level and help them rise. It never worked. From my experience, it doesn't work that way.
Okay, great. Thank you. So your courses are live. They're live courses that
Yes.
people will take with you one-on-one and you'll coach them through. So it's not almost, but it's kind of a coaching session in addition to, of course,
Yes.
the curriculum, but you're coaching them through. Okay, great. Thank you.
Yes.
Who else has courses? So a few other hands.
Yeah, I have courses.
John, tell us about your courses.
All of mine are basically mind map based, and so all of my backgrounds are all in mind maps. And I use a software called Camtasia that actually screen captures, and you can record and screen capture. Then it's really kind of simple to edit when your course is finished. And I house all of my courses actually in my online community, Mapineerville, where people can come in and straight, just buy my courses, anything like that. And I just kind of all in the Camtasia with automations and things of that nature. But I would suggest Camtasia. I mean, Camtasia is like really a cool software. If you guys not familiar with it, it's pretty easy to learn because you can record your screen. It's also record your face. Then in the back end, you can do a lot of splicing and editing and, you know, and all that kind of stuff to really get a nice course to upload.
So John, all of your courses are pre-recorded.
Absolutely. Yeah,
And you
I have.
took various clips and you have different modules for each course. Do you have workbooks that go along with your course?
I do. Yeah, I do. And I got certain levels, like my level 1 IM course is actually a 4-week course that walks them through each week.
Mm-hmm. But so they take them whenever they take the courses when they want, the modules when they want.
Right. They have to progressively go through one to each one to each one to each one. Then everyone that's actually on the course, I do have every Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time a Q&A session to where
Okay.
everybody who's currently involved, and I think there's like maybe 70 people I think that are currently in IM level 1 that I meet with on Sundays to just, you know, answer any questions they have about where they're at in the course and kind of create that little community feel. Intentionally just set mine inside of my community just so all of the people that just want to jump into the course, they're actually start asking questions about the community, which soon will convert to a paying customer inside of my community as well. That's why I put my course there.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Yvette.
Hi.
Hi.
I just echo what Priscilla was saying. I have to admit, you know, as an engineer, I had absolutely no intention or desire to teach. I was better at doing than teaching. And it really didn't shift until after a brain injury, actually. So I'm not recommending that, but I did notice that my EQ jumped into a different space, and I'm happy here. In my situation, I don't necessarily have courses as much as I do workshops. So they're corporate workshops that start with, you know, readiness surveys for our corporate leaders, inclusion readiness, and then, you know, from there it will go to a retainer. With the retainer, I'll do workshops, kind of corporate wide for C-level. And then within that process, I find that it breaks into smaller parts, building sometimes employee resource groups within the organization, teaching them not just how to launch, but how to manage those. I do try to filter out some of the participants just with that survey and readiness and where they are on the spectrum of readiness. So I have a combination of surveys, workshops, readiness surveys to see if they are where they need to be, and then it does in a lot of ways become independent. But I think in order to move faster through the process, I use a kind of a combination of things.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. So there are a number of different ways between live courses and digital courses. We're going to focus on are the digital courses that you'll be able to put on the platform, on SpeakerHub, on your speaker page where people can go and buy immediately. As Ron mentioned before, the courses are designed to be an hour or less, and you'll have 5 to 10-minute modules. So who has a really simple Jasmine, the burnout pie. Let's go with Jasmine, the burnout pie. There's 8 parts of the burnout pie. So Jasmine, essentially you're going to have your 8 modules of the burnout pie, an introduction and a conclusion. And you can go into ChatGPT and ask for a script for your course, right? That's your starting point, okay?
ChatGPT ask for?
You're going to ask it to give you a script for the recording of your course.
Okay.
And from there, let me show you what we've done.
Good. Fantastic.
Here, Jasmine, let's do this real time. Okay. What are the 8 parts of the burnout pie?
So you're gonna have sleeplessness.
A course about the burnout pie. There are 8 parts. Okay.
Yeah.
Sleeplessness, sleep.
Yeah. Anxiety.
Anxiety.
Detachment.
Detachment.
Mental health.
Mental health.
Okay, so we've got sleeplessness. We've got 4.
We have 4.
Irritability.
Irritability. Okay.
Okay, so there's how many pieces we have already?
2, 3, 4, 5.
5. So it's so funny. I'm blocked this one. So sleeplessness, irritability, anxiety, detachment. What do you call it now? When you're Jesus, excuse my off in another world this morning. I'm traveling tomorrow and I'm thinking. So you have irritability, detachment, mental health, lack of motivation. Okay. And mental, extreme stress.
Extreme stress.
And I'm looking to change one more off it. So you want to get you I'll get you actually. The ones that in the one that I want to tie sleeplessness into something else. Sorry.
It's okay. So we're
Go
gonna
ahead
ask
and do something in the meantime. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you're fine. We're gonna ask ChatGPT to create a course about the burnout pie. We need a script and keep all of the segments less than 5 minutes.
Yes. Oh, you're going to do that right now. The
Gonna do
segment
it
less
right
than
now.
5 minutes. Okay, I'll let you do this one then. And the next one is anger.
Anger. Oh yeah, anger definitely happens when you're burnt out.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to get a script for our course. The short script for each segment of your burnout pie course. Each script is written to be 5 minutes when read at a natural pace and can be used for video or audio content. Let's start with a clean and clear intro and move through the 8 parts. So Jasmine, you'll read through this, make sure it is in alignment. And then you can use Zoom. So let's talk about recording. You can use Zoom by yourself, turn on Zoom, go through the script. You can also use Loom. I like to use Loom because you can put up a share your screen and then you'll be a little box in the corner. I'll show you what we did.
Yeah, so Loom?
You use Loom or Zoom.
Okay.
Or the one that John mentioned as well. Any screen capture works. But we use Loom and Zoom often. So here are your scripts, and then you can give examples from there. The next thing that you would do, I'm going to show you what we have done. So once I had the script of the videos that the courses that y'all will have access to, once I had the script, then we created a PowerPoint. So here's one. We had the script and how to get booked on podcasts and other stages, get more visibility, leads, and sales by sharing your message with people. And so when I recorded on Zoom, when I recorded on Loom, I'll put my face right here in the corner. And so as you can see, there's very little on the slides, and ChatGPT can help us create slides as well. So then we created slides so that it looks like a course. So the course isn't just me on video talking, it's a presentation that they'll be able to see. Okay. And then I recorded, so Jasmine, just like you have the burnout pie, those 8 steps, we had a series of modules. So I recorded module 1, which was like 5 minutes, but you can see there's a total of 48 slides. Okay, so let me go back to yours, Jasmine. All right. So you have your intro, your closing, and your 8 steps. You can create slides for this course that will be used to not suit, that will be used to explain the concepts. Okay. You're giving back what? You're giving feedback. Oh, okay. It's 2 responses. So it tells you exactly what to put on your slides. Why is this in code?
So you do the slides through ChatGPT instead of Loom, as you said, or?
No, you'll copy and paste them to, we use Canva or PowerPoint. PowerPoint is simple enough.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why it looks like this. Gustavo, why do I have code? Can you help me? I don't know what I'm looking at.
Yes, it seems like the ChatGPT got the word slide as a slider. You know, slider is a structure from some website, but just include before slides, include like a PowerPoint or the format, presentation slide, something like that. Just seem to avoid the.
No slides.
So what's happening is that, wait, hold on for a second. Don't change anything. What's happening is that ChatGPT, you must have picked a button, clicked the button that said you didn't like the response. So now it's giving you 2 responses so that you can teach it how to respond to you in the future. And if you scroll down, you'll see there's response 1 and it's asking, do you like that? There's response 2. And whichever one you prefer, that's the one they're going to roll with and kind of talk with you about it in the future. Does that make sense? So it's it's asking you for opinion. Go up to the top. You see that? You're giving feedback on a new version of ChatGPT. Which response do you prefer? So you're training ChatGPT how to respond to you. It's not that you're confused. It's that they're doing a quality assurance test in the middle of the product, and just pick one. It doesn't matter. Like, just pick, I prefer that one. Cool. Now you're back to normal. So that was just them doing an analysis test of what they would provide to you. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay.
I have a question and a comment. The comment for anyone else that's learning how to do this, I did the same thing. I've been talking with chat, and it's amazing how you can set up a course. But now my question to the SpeakerHub community is, does anyone know how, or Angela, will y'all show us how to take the course and not only put it on our SpeakerHub profile, but also like on our website so that someone can go and click and purchase? Like, will y'all show us the back office part of that too?
Great question. We will show you how to put it on our SpeakerHub page, the new one that Gustavo is creating.
Okay.
Everyone's website is a little different. Some websites actually don't have the functionality to create courses. So it really just depends on who's hosting. So for example, I have landing pages that are on Simvali, and you can add landing pages and websites, and the back end allows you to create courses. However, here's what I'll say. The help feature on websites is amazing. So yesterday I was literally trying to figure out how to add a download. You know how on the websites you have a button and then you click the button and someone can put in their email address and then put in their email address to get a download, right? I had no idea how to do that. Total transparency, no idea how to do that. I know it's important, but I kind of avoided it on my personal website. But I was like, let me figure this out. And I couldn't figure it out on my own. So I just went to the little chat box in the bottom on the back end of my website, and they told me how to do it. They literally walked me through. So I don't want you all to feel like you're unable to do all the techie stuff. Just ask like the software or the hosting site that you're using, and it'll help you. And it's their job to make sure that everything you're doing functions well. So don't be afraid to ask them. So check the back end of your sites, wherever you all are hosted, to see if you can host courses there as well. As we mentioned, you'll be able to host, you can put those same courses on your speaker page as well as on your site, and you can put them on Teachable. I mean, you can put them everywhere. There are no rules around the places. We don't own exclusive rights to yours. Yes,
Thank
Kevin, you're welcome. Kevin, we were all out for a minute. Yes, Priscilla?
That was it. I just wanted to know that I didn't click off. I got kicked out for a sec.
Yes, it wasn't me. So let me put this out here. I did not kick all of y'all out. I was kicked out as well. I would
I
never
wasn't
do that.
blaming you. I was blaming Ron.
Okay. Well, you know, that's and so I'm gonna get back into it. So we were last at helping Jasmine with the Burnout Pie course. So let me go back to chat. Go back to ChatGPT. So before we left, we created the course outline and we created the content that will go on the slides for Jasmine. So Jasmine, you would literally copy and paste each number of the slides and put that onto, you can use PowerPoint, but in Google, they have Google Slides. So you would copy sleeplessness. Slide 1 would be sleeplessness, and then symptoms type, and whatever you typically say in yours. So tired, but wired, racing thoughts, disrupted sleep, why it matters, sleep is the foundation of recovery, action steps, and whatever action steps that you give. These are just ones, obviously, that chat came up with, but I know you have the ways that they can deal with each one of these aspects of the burnout pie. So then you give that activity in your course, and then you would stop. You would stop recording. So slide 1, you would say these things, you would say what's listed here, maybe give an example, give the activity, then stop the recording. Slide 2, you'll go through it, record it, stop the recording. Slide 3, and ultimately what you'll end up with is, I think I took us a little too fast. Let me slow down. So you'll put the presentation together, record your first section, like on module 1, and then push stop. And then you'll go to your next module, your next section. So find the perfect podcast for us. I will record this. This is what I did. I recorded each one of these. I record this whole section, and then I stopped. And what you end up with, you'll take those videos, and we uploaded them into a Google Drive. So now you see part 1, how to get booked, part 2, how to get booked on other stages, part 3, how to get. So there were 5 parts to this course. So we have all of those smaller parts in one place, and then we uploaded those to YouTube, and we were able to use the YouTube link as the modules for the course. Does that make sense?
So each slice there's a recording.
Yes.
And then okay.
Each slice you record it, you name it, and then you put it on YouTube unlisted. You'll upload it as unlisted. You'll give a description. So when people take your course, other people won't be able to access it because it's unlisted.
That sounds important. You said you upload it as unlisted?
On YouTube, yes.
I have my YouTube guy that does all my videos, so I don't know if I'll probably be able to do that, yeah.
You will, yeah. And you can, it's really simple. You can do it, Jasmine.
Okay.
And you can go to YouTube and put how to upload on YouTube, or go to Google and it'll give you the directions. I want you to feel empowered to do all this tech stuff. Like it's totally, Jasmine, you're brilliant. You could do all this stuff. It's not hard. I promise you. I promise you. Darren.
Can we also do you also suggest, like when you put it in the drive, can you use the link to the video in the drive to make just as a viewer?
That's a really great question. I don't like using Google Drive so that someone can view videos, because Google Drive isn't designed as a video playing platform. YouTube is.
Gotcha.
And we've had issues. So for example, when we did the Pro Speaker Summit, we had all of the videos in Google Drive. And when so many people were clicking on it at one time, it stalled.
Okay.
YouTube doesn't do that because it's
That makes
designed
sense
for the masses to watch it. And it was asking people to log into their Google account.
Yep,
it was a mess. So literally, Darren, after that first session of our last summit, we took everything out of the drive and had to upload them all on YouTube. It was like crazy going behind the scenes doing that. So please don't, you don't want to do it from Google.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
You know all my videos that are there on YouTube already, right? That's for the public to view. So the unlisted one, it'll segregate it unlisted, and only someone who's paid for that course is able to accept it on YouTube.
Yes, only someone. So when you upload the module, we on our side or Teachable or any site, they'll ask for the link to the video for that course, and you will put in the unlisted link. So once they pay for it, then they'll have access to it. But they don't get the link; they just get the video played.
Okay.
Yvette?
Yes, I think this is great. I would create a separate channel for these videos on my YouTube, since there are several channels. And once you send out the link, it's unlisted and you can only access it with the link. So once someone's paid, then you would share the link with them, and only then would they have access to that particular video or section, or however this person is doing it.
Well, we have a video player inside of, and we'll show you all this so that it's clear, but you don't have to send them the link. Once they pay for your course, they'll have access to everything within your course, and those videos will be embedded into the player on the backside. So you don't have to do anything extra once you get the links to the course set up.
So that's through SpeakerHub. That's how it's set up to automatically send that out once a payment is made.
Yes, SpeakerHub and every other like learning management system. That's pretty standard. If you look into Teachable or Stand.store, some other sites as well.
Okay, so you
automatically plays.
Yeah, so using that medium, but if we don't have access to that third party to help share that link once a payment is made, then it's manual. You're taking that piece out.
Great question. No, because
I've created it myself, not using a third party, where I would sell kind of my products and services. What I'm hearing is that SpeakerHub would be that medium once payment is received. The fee would include access to the training.
Yes.
So
Sorry,
it would be
Angela,
done.
I'm just in a little chaos here, okay?
Okay, so it'll be done automatically, so we can make money while we sleep, right?
Exactly. 100%. Exactly.
That's
So
what I like.
people will be able to buy any time of the day, just like they do if you have a product on Amazon. We're essentially
So, real quickly, Angela, I'm sorry. I just want clarification. So once because I have a YouTube channel, because I do a podcast also. Everything that they download, everything that's on my YouTube channel in the way of my courses, I'm going to link it to your platform, correct? And how I will get paid for them buying my course, will I have to link link some type of payment?
Yeah, great question. Yes. So everyone would need either a Stripe or a PayPal payment processor. Has everyone set up a Stripe before? Do you all know how to create products using a Stripe? No. Okay.
What about Square?
Gustavo told me today, when we talked in the meeting this morning, they said Stripe and PayPal.
Okay. Can you ask about Square?
I can. I can ask about Square. Yep. But it's pretty simple to set up. So you would create those products within your Stripe account, and then they'll be able to click pay in Stripe, and then that would give them access.
Oh, so you're saying Stripe and not Stripe?
Yes, STRIPE.com. Yep, that's what we use. So I know that was kind of a lot, and these questions are great because they're going to force us to think about the types of training that we'll need to provide to make sure everyone gets onto the platform and has access to using it. But we'll keep getting better, so please keep asking. I think the most important thing now is just to get the courses recorded and save them. Bye, Darren. Get the courses recorded and save them into your Google Drive. And then you have them all in one place, and then upload them to YouTube as unlisted. And then, Jasmine, also creating the workbook that goes along with it. So there will be a place on the platform where they can download a document. So it'll be a guide. So let me give you an example of what what we did. Okay. So we had so here are the different parts. Here are all the different segments that were recorded. And then we created a workbook to go along with it, the different modules. And it's pretty basic. It's simple, gives them an introduction. There are some people who would rather just read through this and make notes, but they'll be able to download it, print it, and make whatever notes on the document that they want. So this aligns with the video.
So ChatGPT will create this workbook, or do?
Yes and no. It'll give
No?
you well, let's go back to your ChatGPT. And let's ask it to create a workbook. You'll still have to, put it in the format and all of that. But no, I don't want to show details.
So along with their videos, we'll have to have a workbook for people?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you don't have to, but it's helpful. This looks like it's still analyzing.
So this will all be a part of the pricing. I'm all about the pricing, Angela. I'm sorry.
No,
I like making money.
yes, there is nothing wrong with that. You're in the right place. Absolutely. We're here for it.
Okay.
And then you also, whoa, that just went away. Then you'll also be able to sell ebooks as well. So any digital products, so digital courses or ebooks. So Jasmine, let's check out your Burnout Pie workbook.
Yeah.
GPT came with. Okay, do you see the workbook?
I see it up there. Do you want me to open it?
No, you can't.
No.
You can't open it.
Oh, I can't open this on your screen.
Okay.
I see it at the top right hand corner.
Okay, here we go. So here's what it came up with. And then you would just format it, make it look a little nicer. So here's your welcome and intro. There's part 1, sleeplessness. Let me zoom in. They made it pretty small.
Yeah, I like where they put for notes.
So you would just make it look better, but there we go. Anxiety.
Reflection questions, I like that.
And then you can ask these reflection questions through the course. Like, think about how does this mental health, how does this area show up in your life right now? What is one small action you can take today? What support or tools could help you in this area? So that is, so that's it. You could revise it yourself or send it to someone, Fiverr, or find someone else but simple formatting. I mean, no one expects the book to be.
Yeah, I like the idea for workbook because this, burnout it's not a buzzword. People think it's a buzzword, but most people walk around with all 8 slices all the time and they don't know they're in burnout.
Yes.
Until it's pointed out. Yeah.
I think we've all burned out at some point in life over something. And that's how we learn not to do that again. But are there any other questions? I know we had a major gap in the time today, but wanted to talk about courses a bit so that we can start thinking about how we're going to creating them, because the platform will be ready in a few weeks. We have the Pro Speaker Summit June 6th through the 8th. It's virtual, but some of it will be live. So we'll be on here live like this, and others of the sessions, some of the other sessions will be pre-recorded. Jadika, yes. Jadika, I see your hand is up.
I didn't mean to put it up by accident, but I had only one quick question to ask. When you were talking about, do you have to use YouTube? Are you only accepting YouTube?
That's a great question. I think YouTube is standard.
Right, but there's some other, I have another site, I use intermittently YouTube, but I also have my own video platform. And I was just wondering if do I just have to use everything on YouTube? It doesn't matter.
That's a really great question. No one's asked. I'll ask Gustavo. and we'll-
Okay, all right. Thank you.
What's the video platform that you use?
It's Altu. It's ALTITU.
Oh, okay. And it has links to the videos?
Uh-huh.
I've never heard
It's
of
set up just like you. It's set up just like YouTube, but you independent. It's your independent site.
Oh, versus being owned by Google.
Right.
And have access to your whole life. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Got it. Yep. I'll ask and we'll see. Great question. Jasmine.
Okay.
You
Yes.
use DuckDuckGo, right, Najika? Is that why? Do you use DuckDuckGo?
She said Alito?
Yeah, but I was just talking about there as opposed to Google.
Sure. Jasmine, you had a question?
Yeah, quick question, since I have to run. I will be, not a question, just to say as of tonight, I'm gone for about 3 weeks on and off. I have to just keep popping in.
Okay.
But if there's anything major that, and I need to still get my course ready and all that, lots of stuff ready, the book sent to you and all that. So if you don't see me on here, it's because I'm traveling. I'd be able to pop in sometimes, but if I'm on the road, this is something I do every May. It's a family thing. So, and I've set up some appointments along the way for, like the University of the West Indies when I go there and stuff like that. So a little bit of work, a little bit. So you'll see me pop in and out. But there's anything you think that Jazz gotta know, shoot me an email, okay?
There are emails coming out, so be on the lookout for emails about the Pro Speaker Summit. Our team will be sending those out.
And there was something that Ron said we were going to get an email last week about something, and I did not get that email. It was something important, and he says the emails are going out today.
That will be coming out. If you haven't received it, nothing has gone out. We've been trying to tweak it to make sure that it is good. I know you're talking about the corporate consulting.
Yes.
The corporate consulting training.
Yes.
That we'll be doing. Yeah, that did go out.
So that didn't go out yet?
No, you won't miss it. I promise we'll make sure you won't miss it.
So you guys give Ron a hard time when I'm away, okay? And I'll be checking in.
Okay. We'll be looking for you, Jasmine.
Bye, everyone. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Priscilla.
So I have a question. I was trying to sign up for one of the courses today, and it's asking me for a video. I do not have a live presentation video to produce in order to sign up for courses or opportunities to do speaking engagements. Is that a definite requirement for all of these engagements?
I'm sorry, I don't think I understand. You were trying to sign up for a course?
For a speaking engagement that's coming up that is looking for a speaker. And of course, I fit the qualifications. So when I went online and I was trying to sign up for this particular event, I noticed that they want a recording. I don't have a recording. I've done speaker events in the past, but I do not have a recording of any of the events I've done.
That is pretty standard. That is pretty standard where they ask for recording. There's quick ways you can make them though. If you go to a co-working space, rent one of the conference rooms and do your presentation and invite a few people in and give your presentation. So that's a way to have a speaking opportunity or ask or go and speak at a nonprofit or an organization that may not be able to pay you, but that will allow you to get in front of people and get some testimonials and some feedback.
So, okay, what about my podcast? I've interviewed a lot of investors and different people at different levels. I do have recordings of that. Can I use that, you think?
It depends on the organization. If they ask specifically for you speaking, then it would be better to give them something where you're speaking, like a video recording of you speaking. However, your podcast is valuable. And so I would definitely add that to the information that you send in because it obviously shows your credibility, knowledge, and lets them know more about you. Both are valuable. Great question. Anyone else? I know we're about 15 minutes past the hour in overtime. We had a little stoppage today, but we will continue the conversation about courses and digital products because we want everyone to be selling their products in addition to speaking on stage and have those products when you are speaking on stage. So any other questions before we head out today? No?
I'm just glad to know I thought it was my computer, so I'm glad it
No.
wasn't my computer.
It was not your computer. This is probably the first time we've had a technical issue like that.
It
but
is the first time I remember. Yeah,
That's pretty good though. In what 160 sessions to have one tech issue, and we have people from all over the world. I think we have a pretty good run going here.
that's very good. Yeah, that's why that's why I just knew it was my computer messing up.
Right.
So I was like, they didn't even notice I was gone? Dang.
We noticed we were all gone and confused, but happy you're back. Happy you're back. So the call to action today as we close is to record the courses. Record the courses. Our platform will be ready soon. Record them, record your segments, put them in your Google Drive, upload them unlisted on your YouTube, get your workbook ready. And so once the platform is open, you'll be able to put those up and start selling them. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful afternoon. Priscilla, I look forward to chatting with you more.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye, everyone.